All right, Ashley and Patrick.
Yes, sir.
Where are you guys from originally?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga. Tell me about your families growing up. You had both parents growing up, Patrick?
When my granny died, my mama died. You know what I'm saying? Like, my grandmother took care of me. My aunt took care of me. So, like, and we struggled growing up. And it's just more hectic than anything because of life that they wanted us to have. And they struggled because of that.
What was going on with your mom and dad?
Well, my dad molested me when I was 3 years old. My mama, she wasn't ever in my life to begin with. And
Why was that? Because of drugs?
just don't know.
You don't even know.
She just gave me and my brother up to my great aunt, and that's where we were at. Had no, like, they wouldn't really tell us what went on back then, except for the stuff that I remember that my dad did to us.
And Ashley, tell me about your childhood.
I grew up with my mom and my stepdad and my two brothers. I have, obviously,
I can barely hear you, darling.
I have a biological father who got remarried. He had a real bad coke addiction when he was married to my mom's, and they got divorced when I was like 1, and both my parents got remarried and had more kids. And
You guys are both from Southern Tennessee?
both from Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together almost 9 years.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. Completely different backgrounds growing up, though.
Your childhood was better?
Well, I mean, I don't know, probably more privileged. Better, I wouldn't know about that. There was a lot of things going on behind that were a little easier to cover up because of money or things like that. But
But like the sexual abuse that Patrick went through, you didn't have that?
there was a lot of different kinds of abuse growing up.
Really?
Me and my mother have never really been close or gotten along very much. There's a lot of mental illness in my family. Grandmother and my mother eventually went from being bipolar to schizophrenic, and
And drugs became a part of your life at what age?
I mean, 12.
I was like 10 when I started smoking weed, and then 15 I started doing meth, and
He probably went a lot harder than I did when he was younger, but
I have more of a, like, I don't let people play somebody because they think they're weak, or I'm not gonna let them treat somebody that type of way because I know I can stand up for that person. And back home, people fear me because of that, and that's a good thing for most people, because if somebody does something to somebody I care about, then I do to them. I am karma.
well, yeah, but we had to leave home because of that too, you know.
Part of it.
Growing up in the Bible Belt, you're kind of...
We could never have a fresh start back home. There's just, our names are, you know, too, and that's okay because we lived everywhere. So there's nothing we're doing here we can't do anywhere.
And you just came to LA recently?
Yeah,
About a week ago.
About a week ago. Brand new. What do you think of Skid Row?
I'm about ready to go.
Yeah, ready
I'm
to
about
go. I've been somewhere hot, now it's time to go somewhere cold.
I'm not used to somewhere that all the people are outside the police station getting high and selling drugs and doing whatever, like literally
That's
outside
crazy.
the police station. I've never...
They ain't doing that nowhere near like that back home. Like, that's over with.
Yeah, Skid Row is kind of
Yeah,
like...
it's
And I
going to
miss
jail.
I miss Southern hospitality and all that. People, it's just...
What are your drugs now?
I do clear or ice and smoke weed.
So crystal meth and weed. And Ashley, what are you?
Here we go. So fentanyl, obviously has been a big problem in our marriage.
You guys are married.
Yeah.
He's tried for
I'm
many,
anti-fentanyl,
many years.
like anti-opiates. I don't do no downers. I don't like her doing them.
You don't allow it. I mean,
I try not to allow it.
It's caused a lot.
And it has caused a lot of problems, but you know what I'm saying, if you love somebody, you can work through it.
You know, they go hand in hand, though. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I know.
what you don't understand.
No,
right?
I know that.
You guys have kids,
Not
Not together.
but you have kids outside of
Yeah, I have 6, 5 boys, 1 girl.
with someone else or
Oh
different?
yeah, 3 different women.
3 different.
We'd love one, but you know,
And
Yeah.
I have 2 boys.
You have 2 boys. Were you around to raise them, or
Until my oldest was about 11, and then I separated from their father and kind of, you know, I'd been kind of kept away from anyone or anything for 10 years, and it was a very abusive, controlling relationship. So I didn't know, you know, I never really got to, it was just the kids and being a mom, and then all of a sudden I was just, all that was gone, you know. So
has your situation with your addiction gotten worse over the years?
sure, I mean, off and on, but yeah, opiates, you know, slowly steal your light. You fade away, kind of thing. And even like if you can find a way, like he thinks I love Fetty more than I love him.
Because I say it always wins. I feel like that if she loves me, then she would choose me over that. And that it's like she's died on me 3 times. I don't like having to worry about if she's gonna die like the next time she gets high. And I've had to give her CPR every time until the medics have got there. And then the police tried to accuse me of selling her that drug. When I don't deal with it, I don't mess with it at all.
How many times have you OD'd, Ashley?
6, 7.
It's
Maybe.
not it's not as simple as just quitting because it's
I mean,
a dangerous drug.
I got off the needle, though. I did get off the needle a year and a half ago. Well, almost 2 years ago.
You smoke it now?
Yeah, and you know, I guess I don't worry as much about that happening because I smoke it, but it can obviously. Just, I guess I've numbed things out for so long.
But it takes the nose of Abraham Lincoln on a penny. That takes that much fentanyl to kill you. If it's strong, like that's a little speck.
Yeah. How are you guys supporting yourselves?
I escort.
I mean, we both do.
And just
Which it goes back to that. That's where, like, they go hand in hand with me. You know, I don't know that I could, because I've done that. And Lord, I hope my kids, my parents don't see this, but you know, I've done it. I've done that for a long time. You know, and so I don't really remember a time where I've done that or worked and that way and not used some type of opiate.
It might be convenient if your clients were, if Ashley's clients were men and your clients were women.
they are.
Your clients are women.
Yeah, I'm a straight male escort.
Tell me who pays for.
It's usually older women.
I mean, he might not get near as
And I don't get as many
Much
calls
clientele.
as she would, obviously.
I would think Ashley's going to get a lot.
But
of
I say normally I get about 4 or 5 a month,
but
and
you know,
but we've had some that's I've gotten $20,000 from one over a year period of time, just and never even had to sit, never having to see this person. Just and that helped. Like, that's a way to survive. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah,
like,
but eventually.
But then escorting, like,
Because I'm
there's
tired.
like there's a difference in being a whore and surviving. Like, it's a job, and that's what you have to like focus it as.
You know, it's easy for you to say though.
But I'm saying, like, it's not like.
At the end of the day, it is what it is.
But I don't look at you that way. It don't make me feel
Yeah, but-
no type of way looking at you like that way. And I think you shouldn't let no one.
You
think,
put 10
like,
people in this
talk
room
down
right
to you.
now, and probably 9, if not 10 out of 10 are going to say that I'm a whore. Because
But then-
I don't care what they think, but I care, like, this has a shelf life.
But then a quarter of them are going to try
And
to see
there's
you
a
after
lot
everything's
of-
over
but
with.
There's
You
a
know what I'm
lot
saying?
of bad things that have happened to me over the years.
I know that.
A lot of
I know that.
A lot.
I know.
And eventually one day there's like, you only get so many chances. I just got lucky to where I wasn't one of the girls that disappeared or, or it wasn't worse. I didn't, get, worse than it already was,
I mean, the bottom line is, I think you guys are both just hustling to support your drug addictions.
No, I mean,
But to an extent, yeah, sure. But
a little bit, but
to survive too, though,
I don't
mean,
really
like,
I don't really get high as much as I used to. Cause one, the dope's garbage. Like, it, it don't get me high. So like, what's the point in doing something that ain't gonna get me high?
We're going from state, and like we came here with nothing.
You guys
right?
been traveling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What states have you been to?
Oh wow, okay. So Atlanta, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, Fort Worth, Texas,
Yeah, that's the other one I did.
Asheville, North Carolina, Las Vegas. There's more.
Charlotte,
Cherokee, Bryson
Cherokee,
City.
Boston City.
Charlotte, I assume.
Yeah.
There's more on there too.
New Orleans.
New Orleans,
Then Vegas.
Arizona. There's been, I've been to Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chicago.
We took a trip.
We want to go to Colorado.
That's where our next stop is. It's Colorado. No extradition.
But like
What do you-
we came here spur of the moment from Vegas because it was some bad.
What do you guys think of this lifestyle?
I mean, I love it.
You do?
I'm not gonna lie, I love it because yeah, it's a way to survive. I don't like what it does to us and like over time, but then I do want to have a family. You know what I'm saying, with her, like, and actually have a somewhat so-called normal life without all that. But I mean, that obviously it's going to take time, and the only way to make change is to make change yourself.
Are the
Just
face
to
tattoos?
act on that change.
Are your face tattoos going to get in the way of living a normal life?
Not at all, because I do lay brick too. I'm a brick mason. I do lay brick,
Okay, so
but I ain't laid brick since I was back home. So
after so I don't see his face tattoo anymore. I love his face tattoo, but yes, we go places and people will act a certain way. There's times we order Ubers, they won't let us in the Uber. They take,
I've been going up to an
But
Uber to open up the
He
door.
knew what it was when
and
he
they'll
got
pull
him.
off. You know what I'm
Obviously,
saying?
to him, he enjoys the attention. I guess
I love it.
I don't like when people stereotype and all those things. But at the end of the day, like, the world's becoming more, I guess, acceptable of it in certain cities. So certain cities we go to, it'll be more accepted than others, or there'll be more of it. Places like here, and people here just aren't. In our experience so far, they're not very friendly, and maybe it's just because we're from the South, and so we're bred a little different, I guess.
What's been the roughest thing you guys have come across since you've been living like this?
The roughest thing I mean, I guess finding a man dead that drank himself to death. That one sticks in my head pretty big.
I've been to jail quite often.
Yeah, a lot.
Back home.
A lot.
And
That's for
she- and
him.
she-
That's his biggest one for him for sure.
And I can say that I never stayed in jail longer than a week. She always bonded me out. She always stood beside me. When I went to prison, she stood beside me, took care of me in there, where I lived good in there, damn good. And I'm grateful for every bit of it. I really am.
You guys love each other, or is it difficult sometimes?
I love her with all my heart.
More than I've ever loved anyone.
I just want her to get off fentanyl.
Yeah, but I know you say that, but there's so much more to it than that, you know?
I mean, it
You say
wouldn't
all
be
that
if
you
just
want,
see.
but it went so much deeper with Amanda and all the other girls, you know what I'm saying?
I know that. But,
It's not just the fentanyl. Like, if I stop fentanyl today, it's not necessarily going to stop what you got going on over there.
But
And I know you love me, but I think sometimes you love more.
No, I told you that
We've been together for
won't
so
be here, like,
long that the idea of
be
us not being
together
together is scary.
and separated because I don't want to see you I don't want to see you nod out. To me, the what I've read about someone like nodding out from having to be with you, like I have read about all that, and nodding out is the beginning state of an overdose, and it scares me every time you do. That's why I don't let you nod out. Like, I'll throw water on her and everything. Just, if she even starts to nod out, like, get mad at me if you want to. Like, I'm not gonna stop doing that.
I don't get mad at you for it.
Cause it's gonna it wakes you up. You know
I
what
get
I'm
mad
saying?
at myself, not mad at you. But
But
it's
with
an
all,
addiction you don't understand too, though, you know?
I know, cause I don't do it.
It's a demon like I will always battle. Like, it doesn't matter how long I have off of it or how much I get on my knees and pray or all those things. It's still something, an addiction. And I've had many addictions, but it's a different kind. And it's took most of my friends, almost all our friends are dead. Like, more than I can count anymore. In a 2-year period, they just all were gone. And it's all because I was lucky enough that I overdosed with somebody there with me that could save me, and they just slipped up and nobody was there. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know.
Do you have regrets in your lives?
I regret not being there with my children, for sure. And now they're grown. And I feel like they hate me, you know, resent me.
One of my baby mamas signed away her rights to a woman she didn't know a month. And in the state of Georgia, when the mother signs away her rights, it takes all custodial rights away from the father. Still got my parental rights, but they don't live with me no more, and they were taken from me. And like, so I didn't get to see them for about 2 years, and they lived with me. They wasn't even with my baby mama. Like, I had my kids until, like, she gave them away. And then I had to finesse and act like I was younger and create this whole other life to make it to where I live next door to my kids. And I got that woman's niece pregnant. That's how I had my one daughter, because she lived next door to my kids, and I made her fall in love with me, and she got pregnant. But at least I was there with my 2 oldest boys, Damon and Wyatt. And
We would both have our children if we could. But
kids are the best thing in
they're
life.
younger than mine, you know. But the lifestyle we live, we can't. It's not practical. And for me, I just felt like I was doing more damage than good after so long, or that, you know, because my oldest just got accepted to college at UT, and my youngest is, you know, they're both amazing kids, and they're doing
He's in the
great.
Beta
And I
Club.
feel like they're doing, he's in the Beta Club. And I feel like they're doing great because I've kind of not kept being a whirlwind in their life, you know. But I miss my kids.
Do you guys think you'll be on the streets for the rest of your lives?
No.
We have a game plan. We just, like you said, we love the lifestyle. I'm not gonna say we don't. We do, and it's really hard to be in a relationship in this lifestyle, and it's extremely hard to be in a relationship in what we do, because we have to have boundaries, and we have to have, there's things that are rules or whatever that we have in our relationship when it comes to it, but it's not for everybody, not at all. Like people ask something, how do you? I don't know how he's with you, and it don't bother him, this and that. Well, it's just, it works for us, but I'm tired. Tired of something.
I know.
I'm tired of it, I want to start a naked house cleaning business. Just something, something different. It's time to grow up.
We heard about that on Let Go one time, and it was an ad for naked house cleaning, and
But it's just,
I'm sure somebody would pay for that. Where do you
quite a
guys
few people.
where do you guys stay at night?
It varies.
hotels.
Hotels mostly, but there is some nights that we've had to sleep outside. You know what I'm saying?
If we sleep, yeah.
Yeah, if we sleep. And then
If we're outside, we usually try to grind as hard as we can to not be outside.
the next day. But
Or
normally,
to eat, or it's
nine
not just our addiction.
times out of 10, we do have a hotel room.
But if we quit getting high, the truth is, if we quit getting high, then we would be so much farther.
Yeah, of course.
We would.
But you see how much I've stopped getting,
I know.
how much I've stopped getting high.
Or how much you do get high just with me. I always know, everybody knows, we all know that my addiction's a little, different than yours. Your addicted personality's a little different. It's not the same as mine. I know that. But at the same time, when you've just kind of lost everything, and I feel like I lost everyone, I feel like I lost you too, And I just don't,
But you haven't. I'm still here, and I'm still trying to get you off fentanyl. Because that's what I really want.
Okay, I'm tired of crying.
What's your favorite memory from your life, Ashley?
My favorite memory from what?
From your life. What was the best time of your life?
When my babies were little, for sure.
Were you clean then? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this your lowest point now?
I don't say my lowest, no. But, in our relationship right now, it's not, our situation is probably the lowest.
Is it harder to...
But I think we love each other probably more now in a lot of ways than we ever have,
Is it harder to exist on the streets like this as a couple than if you guys were...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because you have to put up with what she's doing on the side, and she has to put up with you.
We constantly bicker and fight.
Yeah, but-
constantly fight.
But that part don't bother me as much as how I feel about certain things. Like I said, that doesn't make me love her less or look at her any differently than I do anybody.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Because, like I said, to me, escorting is a job.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Right. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
But there's sometimes where not all money's good money.
Absolutely.
And, this has a shelf life, Or, like right now, the way I'm having to do it as opposed to the way I'm used to doing it.
Right. But that'll be fixed shortly.
I want to, go to the beach and actually get married on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like something real. He's never seen the beach till the other day, and he took off without me.
Because she was nodded out and wouldn't wake up and go with me, so
First time he went to
I
the
took
beach.
off and went to the beach. And I ain't never seen the ocean at this point, and I wanted her to go with me.
I'm mad. I'm
And
still
I
mad
sat there
about
and
that.
I went and cried at the beach because she was nodded out and wouldn't able to go with me. That's all I do. I mean, I was there for maybe 30
Woke me
minutes.
up.
I tried. Much you believe I didn't. I tried.
I love you. I don't want to do this no more. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this no more.
Okay.
Let me ask you one more question.
Okay.
What would you guys say is the most important lesson you've learned in your lives?
For me, I'd say that, like, I took CNA when I was in high school, and it taught me a lot of things that has even helped in this type of lifestyle. And like with my kids, at that point, I was still getting high when I had my kids, but
I don't care what anybody says. You're an amazing dad. You just
I know it.
You'll never get the opportunity that you should because of your record and because of your baby mamas and your face tattoo, all those things.
I believe what a
Because
kid
your
wants, the kid
warrants-
gets. It makes the kid happy.
It's
The kid
always
gets
the
it.
it's always the warrants.
And
He just misses
a
his
kid
kids so
will get-
much that when he has them, he just wants them to have everything. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, for me, I think it's more.
my kids never wanted or hurt for nothing
That's what
when
it
I
is.
had them. Period. Like
We-
it wasn't
we think we're
it
missing
wasn't no
out.
struggling because I was getting high and this and that. Like
We
getting
thought
high wasn't
I
even
mean,
it wasn't even really a factor because, like,
Yeah, it was. You about died over it, so don't.
no, I'm talking about when I had Damon and Wyatt though.
Yeah, but when you
Like-
when you didn't.
Nothing. I didn't.
But that's really is what he's asking. That's really all that. Like, what's the most important is the kids. It's
Yeah,
the
I
kids.
quit. I quit getting high for a year and a half
Like,
to be
we're
able to
missing out now.
to get the
you know?
woman that had my kids to let me be in their life. You know what I'm saying? So, and when they got snatched away again, all because my baby mama smacked herself and said that I hit her, and told her aunt that she came and took my kids again because she gave my kids back to me without court order. So, like, technically, I wasn't supposed to have them, and she gave them back to me. And then when my baby mama did that, she came and took them again. And then that's when I said, fuck it, and just started just
I didn't
going
remember
hard.
that. I don't remember.
You
telling
wasn't
me
there
that.
then.
No, I'm saying I don't remember you telling me that about her smacking herself.
Yeah, at my mama, she smacked herself and walked to the fire station down the street, and told them that I hit her, and they called the police.
You should never.
I asked my mother. My mother's sorry as fuck. Like, she's got 5 of my brother's kids, but when my baby mama did that, I asked her to babysit my kids for a couple hours. Just so that way, like, because I had to leave. I was going to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? The police are going to come down. I'm going to go to jail. That's what's going to happen. Domestic and everything else. I had just got out of jail a couple months prior. I wasn't trying to go back. And so she told me she'd watch them. I left. And then when the police got there, she told them that she couldn't watch my kids. Her own grandkids. She told them that she couldn't watch them.
Is your brother in a similar situation to you?
Oh, he's worse.
My brother,
Way worse.
my brother's addicted to fentanyl and heroin.
So
and,
the whole fentanyl thing.
like,
you know?
Me and my brother, like, we used to be close, and we're not no more.
Where is he now?
He's back in Georgia.
Still living at home.
Still living at home. And he ain't got
That's
none
hell.
of
They
his
don't do
kids.
anything. They just
Like I said, my mama has his kids, and then
He's
his
got
ex-wife
triplets and everything,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? His ex-wife has the triplets.
how many? 8.
He has 8 kids.
He takes care of none of them.
He
But
has-
his old lady.
Ashley, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned?
I spent too much time worrying about what really wasn't important. And I can't go back now. My babies are grown. So if I could change anything, it would be that, for sure. I had a great aunt she lived to be like 103, and I asked her what the secret to life was. She said, worry about nothing. That worrying is a waste of energy. and I spent a lot of time worrying, you know.
But I do know this: when both boys turn 13, they have the right to choose what parent they want to live with, and I know my kids are gonna choose to come live with me. And I know that with all my heart, because I broke into the woman who has my kids. I broke into her house on Christmas, and gave my kids their Christmas and birthday presents. Told them I loved them, and it wasn't my fault that I'm not in their life. And then my oldest son looked at me and said, "Daddy, I know it's not your fault. Like, I know what they're doing." And that meant so much to me, because he was 5 years old then. And he's sitting there telling me that they got my son going to fucking therapy and trying to make him seem like all these things are wrong with him. There ain't nothing wrong with my son. He's smart. But I can't, he just turned 13 on 4/20/2010 when he was born. And I'm not gonna take him away from his younger brother, because they live together right now. So I'm not gonna get him until his little brother turns 13.
Right.
That way they both can come, and I ain't separating them, because that would be selfish and greedy of me, and that would destroy them. And I'm not gonna do that to them.
Do you guys think that drugs have been like the core of all your problems?
Yeah.
I mean, so jail pretty much mine, because I've been arrested for some big shit, but I've also went to jail for a bunch of petty shit living in Tennessee.
Okay. I love you. I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry.
All right.
I've
I'm going to let
cried
you guys
enough.
go.
I ain't cried this much in a minute.
Thank you for sharing your stories.
But that's also why Colorado is my last stop. No extradition.
Oh, yeah.
I tell everybody this.
It's our
gladly.
last stop. That's new. That's
Because
new to me.
once I go there, I ain't got to look over my shoulder no more. I ain't got to run and hide. Like, I got warrants now. I've been to jail in Vegas. Tennessee said that as long as I'm not in one of the surrounding states of Tennessee, they will not come pick me up. That I'm too far away. And right now, being in California, I am absolutely the farthest I can get from Tennessee.
I love you. We're done. I love you. We're done.
All right, you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.